Well, this July 4th, the country will be emerging from the pandemic to celebrate the most patriotic of days with friends and family. And today, just days before the holiday, the Commonwealth Club of California is reopening its doors for a special event celebrating iconic American food, barbecue. And I got a chance to speak with the author and certified barbecue judge, Adrian Miller, about the essential role that African Americans have played in the development of this cuisine. Anytime really you hear an event about barbecue, most people get excited. But the thing I like about this event and also about your book is that it's more than just about the barbecue and about the food.
Yeah, so Black Smoke is a celebration of African-American barbecue culture and also a restoration of African-Americans to the barbecue narrative. Because unfortunately, in a lot of media about barbecue, African-Americans are either pushed to the sidelines or left out entirely. And I think that's whack.
Agreed. What do you think is the biggest misunderstanding or the thing that people don't know about the African-American contribution to barbecue?
I think they think that African-Americans were just bit players in the story, when actually for several centuries, African-Americans were the central part of barbecue. They were barbecue's principal cooks and actually barbecue's most effective ambassadors.
I love it. Why do you think it's important to even have this discussion, to have this event, to write your book? What inspired you?
Well, one of the things is that barbecue is so popular right now that people are making a lot of money. And I want African Americans to share in the barbecue prosperity. And I don't think that's going to happen unless people recognize the contributions and say, you know, we have to get, recognize everybody who's involved in barbecue and be more inclusive.
I like that because you feature our own Horn barbecue here out of Oakland in your book, and they're also going to be at the event. Talk about that, the importance of, I guess, just putting a spotlight on people who are doing the work right now.
Right. So a lot of times African-American barbecue people, they don't have a PR team. And so they're doing their thing. They're putting out great barbecue, and they rely on word of mouth and other things. So any opportunity I have to give a little shine to African-American barbecuers, I do that. You've got some great barbecuers in the Bay Area. I'm glad that Matt Horn is going to be part of the event. I actually have never had his food, and I've been wanting to have it for a while now. And I just couldn't make it out to San Francisco before, or the Bay Area before, so I'm glad he's going to be a part of it.
Listen, every time I drive past there, I swear there's always a line. So I haven't been able to get the food either, so hopefully we'll both luck out. And I know you have some Bay Area ties. You went to Stanford, you went to law school, you worked in politics. So how are you now working as a food historian and author?
Well, I guess the short answer is unemployment. So when I was coming out of the Clinton White House, I was trying to get back to Colorado and start my political career, because at that time in my life, I wanted to be the senator from Colorado. But job market was slow, so it took longer than I thought. I was watching a lot of daytime television. I'm not even going to tell you the shows. And I came across a book. In the depth of my depravity, I said, I need to read something. Went to a local bookstore, came across a book on Southern food history, and the author wrote that the tribute to Black achievement in American cookery has yet to be written, and that's what really launched me on the journey.
I love it. And I also feel like right now we are having a broader conversation about African-American contribution to American cuisine overall, not just with barbecue. I was watching the documentary series High on the Hog. I saw that you were featured in that. Talk about your experience being a part of that documentary and just this broader conversation as a whole.
Yeah, so High on the Hog is just so groundbreaking because it shows you the sweep, or at least one sweep, of kind of African-American history through food. And so I was really privileged to be a part of it, to talk about barbecue and presidential chefs. So it was really exciting. And I've been getting so much love from people saying, hey, I saw you on that. And yeah, so it was really exciting stuff. So I'm glad that people are learning more about the history, because I can't tell you how many people said, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. I didn't know that.
I felt the same way watching when you really talked about these presidential chefs and the cuisine that they really have become a fabric of like American cuisine, but you really don't think like, where did that come from?
Right, right. Because for a long time, before we got into this foodie moment that we're in now, a lot of time food service was kind of looked down upon. It was just thought of as menial labor. And so and African Americans were often called to do that work. And so now, looking back on it, we can revive these stories and then share them with people and say, now African Americans have made significant contributions to the American food story. And here you all feast on it.
Yes, I am ready to feast. Black Smoke, African Americans and the United States of Barbecue. It happens this afternoon. Commonwealth Club, breaking out the grill starting at 4 p.m., but sorry, the in-person tickets are sold out. They're online-only tickets. You can still get those, so that conversation is really going to be good. It'll get you access to speakers and the virtual presentation. You can visit Commonwealth Club of California's website for tickets and more information.
What is your barbecue thing that you like?
Honey, I
the
like
most?
ribs.
You like the ribs? Yeah.
Yes.
And
greens and mac and cheese. He didn't even go that far, but anyway, the ribs.
Yeah.